It is now 1:34, and we'll call this agenda for the drainage, or this meeting for the Drainage District to order. We'll begin with a roll call. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Everardo Villarreal, Precinct 3.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
And we have Judge Cortez virtually.
Yes, President.
Thank you, Judge. We do have a quorum. Item number 2, prayer. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Cassine?
I definitely will. Good afternoon, everyone, commissioners and the public. Let us say a word of prayer this morning, or this afternoon, excuse me. All right, Father God, we continue to ask you to fill our cities, counties, state, and national political leaders with wisdom, understanding, discernment, forgiveness, faithfulness, humility, and dignity. We thank you for the men and women who serve our community in leadership roles, Father God, and for their families as well. Continue to grant them peace when their work takes them away from their families. We continue to pray for our judge and 4 commissioners you've appointed lead this great county of ours. We continue to pray for our mayor, school board members, city council, police chiefs, district attorney, sheriff, judges, and everyone who serves our local communities. Grant them abundant wisdom, favor, increase their faith, and prepare them to pursue your excellence. Strengthen them with integrity and character to act righteously. Draw them to you and cause them to know and fulfill your purposes. Continue to place people in their paths that will provide scriptural, sound, and godly counsel, for without your counsel, their plans will go awry. Continue to provide them daily reminders of why they decided to dedicate their lives to public service, and have them use that commitment to encourage them. Deal with our leaders about keeping their hearts and motives pure. We ask you to make their hearts pliable, willing, and obedient to your will. Continue to cause each of their lives to glorify your name. Lord, open our ears and lift the veil from our eyes today so that we will all allow your kingdom to reign in our hearts. Free us from loving anything more than you. Free us to allow you to make demands in our lives, demands which are proof of your love. Help us, Lord, to live Christian charity so that we will not be caught off guard on the day of judgment. Scripture reminds us the more we seek you, the more we will find you. May we continue to seek you in everything we do, and we always work as we're working for you. We ask this all in Son Jesus' name. Amen. We do have on consent some items I think that we may be removing, sir.
Under regular.
On the regular, okay.
On the regular, yes, sir.
So on the consent approval, if I may, sir?
Hold on. We got to check open forum first.
Apologize.
Did we have anybody sign up for open
No,
forum?
sir, not open forum.
No? Okay, we'll move on. Item number 4.
Yes, sir. Approval of consent agenda, check register, and all the other items that have been vetted by the ACC Number 1 team. Everything's in order. We do recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
If I may, sir, 5A. Discussion and updates as it relates to Senate Water, Agricultural, and Rural Affairs hearing held on May 15, 2024. So we traveled up to Austin during this hearing, and we were invited to testify on the water needs. Basically, was the focus for the state of Texas. The chair for the committee is Charles Perry, Senator Perry. The vice chair was Senator Kelly Hancock. The member Cesar Blanco. All senators, Pete Flores, Rolando Gutierrez, Senator Nathan Johnson, Senator Lois Cohorts, Senator Kevin Sparks, and Senator Drew Springer. We had a great opportunity to testify, and I'll turn it over to Commissioner Fuentes. He presented a good case for one of our major projects that we believe is a very, very important project for our area to produce water. Not only is a drainage component of it, but primarily also has a water producing project, especially that we're doing where we are right now statewide with the challenges we have to produce potable water. This is a great project for our area. So, Commissioner.
Thank you, Raul. Yes, we had the opportunity to go testify in front of this Senate committee regarding our water situation here in the Valley, as the judge signed a declaration addressing our water shortage. And obviously there's some situation with the U.S. and Mexico and the water treaty. It's affected the farmers locally. The sugar mill, the last sugar mill in Texas, has recently closed due to the lack of water. We're running at some historical lows in our reservoirs because of the lack of rain. So it's a very serious situation that we're already facing. And the purpose of our testimony there was to educate them and bring to life the project that we have with respect to water reclamation and using that for potable water as it goes through a reverse osmosis type system. The district, through 2 different bonds, has issued or has appropriated money to getting the reservoirs built. 25, $30 million, I can't remember the exact number. But we've already purchased the land in the La Villa area. It's a 225 acre facility that we will prepare to hold water that comes off of the main drain. Once it's captured, we'll be able to clean about 5 million gallons a day of storm sewer water and clean it to the state of potable water. So end user consumption for residences, for commercial businesses. We would sell it to a water supply company and then they would distribute it to an end user. So a lot of people didn't really understand or know, because one of the things that we kept hearing over and over in that Senate hearing for over 4 hours is that there were no new water resources. Everybody was looking at traditional methods of extracting water, either pumping it out of the ground or desalinization,
That's it.
ocean water. That's pretty much it. Ours was the only presentation that day that was a new water resource. It's an innovative idea, capturing stormwater that would just otherwise end up in the Laguna Madre. So for us to be able to capture 5 million gallons a day, clean it, and use it, we can offset some of that water shortage. It's not the entire solution, but it's an answer to part of the solution. So for us, the reason we went up there is to educate the senators, bring them up to speed on the project that we're doing, but also to advocate for funding. Because it's an innovative project, it doesn't fit under traditional water rules. So our project does not rank very high when it comes to a water resource. It doesn't rank very high with respect to funding and approval of project funding. So for us, it was more of like, please consider our project as it is, which should be as a standalone, and a model for what maybe the future of Texas is, grabbing storm drainage from throughout the entire state, capturing it and cleaning it. So we had a lot of positive response from the senators that were in that hearing, and we look forward to hopefully their legislative consideration of our project when this comes around in, starting in January and ending sometime in the summer. We're hoping that they will appropriate some monies directly from the state fund that will help us get this project off the ground.
Yes, sir.
The more we can leverage state funding without having to put the burden on our local taxpayers, again, this is something that Texas should invest in for the future, not just for us locally here in the Rio Grande Valley. So that was the purpose of our trip. I appreciate all the support,
Yes, sir.
having everybody there to be there during that time. And very thankful to the senators and our team for making a good presentation there. So
Yes, sir.
that was
That's
it.
it.
We do have 4 permits.
We do have, I was just going to add that, Commish, we do have capability of extracting or producing 18 million gallons of water per day in 4 different sites. So we have 3 defined sites in Hidalgo and 1 floating site in Willacy. So we do have the capability because our system runs wet. That's one of the surprising things that they came from this testimony. In the other parts of the state, it's a dry system. And here we have a wet system that constantly has water in it. So we're able to extract that water, and it's not just from storm, because people are going to question, well, it hasn't rained. Yes, we have natural water that runs through our system, and our study is based on that. And we're able to produce this amount of water in the current state that we're in right now in drought. So that's a big, big plus for us. And it's not as easy as going and extracting water. You have to go through a process to get the permit from TCEQ to get the water rights for the system. So it's an investment that we've made over time, and we're at the point now with our pilot study to submit TCEQ to get the approval for the type of treatment, and then continue to seek funding, as Commissioner pointed out, to make this first plan a reality and then continue.
So people may ask, well, what does that mean exactly? Well, each 5 million gallon facility would provide water for over 20,000 people a year.
Correct.
So each 5 million would supply that kind of water. So imagine 18 million gallons, we're looking at upwards of 70,000 people that could get provided water in a new and innovative way. We did receive the Raincatcher Award, Texas Raincatcher Award, which is for green type projects because it's repurposing just natural waters that happen, whether it's rainwater or just natural surface runoff from agricultural land.
Yes, sir.
So for us to be able to repurpose that instead of it just draining out into the Gulf is, I think, worthy of the state's consideration as they start looking at next year's fiscal budget.
That's correct.
But thank you to the commissioners, to the judge for supporting this. Some of our drainage bonds over the last 18 and 23. We allocated some funding for this. I know Commissioner Torres, you've been, some of this area that we're considering for a couple of those
Yes,
locations
one site, huh?
include the precinct 4
The west side, yes, sir.
area all along that main drain. So it's
We're
a
looking
miti-
for partners, City of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm just,
just
Throwing it out.
there's always
20
partners,
million.
so there's always partnerships. We're
20
looking
million, and we'll throw your name on it.
for. Anyway, so,
Yeah, so thank you again for your guys' support in this, and obviously the judge has been extremely supportive as well. But that's
Yes,
our update. Thank you.
thank you. If I may, sir, item 5B, requesting approval of document transition 1 grant management plan pending final and legal review. As part of the GLO process to have that grant management plan in place, we're developing that through legal counsel, and there's another item we'll bring back as well, but we'd like your approval for this.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. 5C, requesting approval of document transition 1 usage permit application packet and fee. This is just an application for staging of equipment and things of that nature when construction is going on next to our ditch. Obviously, we clear it legally, and we want to be able to approve this type of work, so we have an inspection before, during, and after. A minimum fee, I think, is $1,500 excuse me? Oh, 1,000, sir. Anyway, 1,000 for the inspection of the site to make sure before and after that it's cleared up and everything's gone through legal, so we would like your support on this, please.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. 5D, pursuant to the board's approval, usage permit application. Requesting approval of usage permit application submitted by Foremost Paving to use Hidalgo County District 1 right-of-way for the following locations: West Main Drain Phase 2, 450 foot south of Ware Road and Mile 7 Road. And item Site 2, Mission McAllen lateral, 1,050 feet north of Benson and Mile 5 Road.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. 5E, requesting approval of Sago LLC to retrieve non-potable from ACD number 1 JO2 drains south and north main drains for use in the connection with roadway compaction for the widening of Monte Cristo Road from Alamo Road to Estee Street, subject to CCQ and legal authorization.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item F, requesting approval of final negotiated archaeological surveying service agreement with Colliers Engineering and Design Contract Number CACD 124-015-0528 for archaeological surveying services Phase 1 Flood Control Project Segment 21. That's approved for negotiations by the Board of Directors on 4/30/24, subject to final review and compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. 6A, approve application pay number 5 in the amount of $226,486.91 for Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 121-017-R0502 Wesco Drain, additional box structure. And item 6A2, approve acceptance of certificate of suspension completion for Morwell LLC pertaining to construction contract CACD 121-017-R0502 Wesco Drain, additional box structure.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. If I may, I'll do the same with 7A. They're all. 7A, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 23-26 that relates to Project 23, 20 Drainage Bond Program, Mile 11 North and Texas Boulevard Project Authority for Chairman of the Board to execute documents. 7B, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 8-8 as it relates to Project 8 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program and equip this drainage project authority for Chairman of the Board to execute document. 7C, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 27-RDF as it relates to Project 27 of the 2018 Drainage Bond Program on the Crystal Road and Conway Road, and authority Chairman of the Board to execute documents pending final review. 7D, requesting approval of supplemental agreement number 5 to professional engineering service agreement, and supplemental agreement number 4 to provide work authorization number 1 for the project JO8 Drain 2018 Bond Referendum Project number 15A, CACD 119-040-0521 with Tessie Infrastructure Group to reflect the revised Exhibit D work schedule with an extended termination date of March 31st, 2025, subject final review and compliance House Bill 1295. 7E, approval of issue payments on award 3 special commissioners, Eli Falcon, Eduardo Villanueva, and Carlos Perez in the amount of $2,500 each pertaining to condemnation proceedings for cost number CCD 0766H, parcel 27-3, Ronald Investments LLC. We do
And
recommend.
if you could just go up to F2.
Okay. Yes, sir. And 7F1, approve application pay number 9 in the amount of $40,449.30 from RBM Contractors pertaining to construction contract CACD 123-014-0426 KMG Mile 10 North and Baseline Road Project. And F2, payment approval invoice number DD5 in the amount of $1,363.30 from Dow County Precinct 1 for East Mercedes Project. So we do recommend on 7A through F, 1 and 2.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I will be abstaining from F3 and F4.
Yes, so for the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action regarding 7F3 of the regular and 7F4 of the regular agenda drainage district.
Thank you. 7F3, approval, acceptance of certificate of construction completion and certificate of construction completion Memorial LLC pertaining to construction contract C CDD 12303200808 Southwest Wesco. And F4, approval application payment number 4, retainage in the amount of $49,801.94 and 176 cents in interest from Memorial LLC pertaining to construction contract C HCD 12303200808 Southwest Wesco project.
Motion to approve?
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those, motion the same. All
Motion
against,
carries.
motion the same. Motion carries.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. 8,
Yes, sir. 8A, approval application payment number 2 in the amount of $256,689 from RG Enterprise LLC, DBA G&G Contractor pertaining to construction on contract CHCD 12305311031 South Main Drain Phase 1.
Motion to approve?
Second?
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Right of acquisition. 9A, request for approval of closed documents parcel E2 as it relates to Encore Ranches subdivision stormwater improvement project and authority chairman of the board to execute documents. And 9B, requesting acceptance and approval of donation deed from Tierra Vacante LLC as it relates to a 20.62 acre tract of land lots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8, block 25, and lot 1, block 26, Jackson subdivision of Malala tract, subject to final legal review.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
We do have some matters in closed session. Yes, sir. It'll be quick.
Pursuant to subchapter D of chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, also 551.072, 551.074, we will be retiring to executive session.
Motion made.
Second.
It's now 2:11 and we'll return to open session. Mr. Cecine?
Under item 11A, action is needed to authorize Mr. Cecine to proceed as discussed in the closed meeting with respect to the real estate acquisition.
Motion made?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay, that's it, sir.
Under
Oh, I'm sorry.
11B, action is required to authorize legal counsel to proceed as discussed in the closed meeting with regard to the pending condemnation matter.
Motion to approve?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Nothing further.
Is that it? Okay. It is now 2:12 and this meeting is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is 2:12, and we'll go ahead and call this Commissioners Court meeting to order for May 28th. We'll start with a roll call. David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Everardo Villarreal, precinct 3?
Ellie Torres, precinct 4.
And we do have Judge Cortez.
Yeah, Richard Cortez.
And Judge
On video.
Cortez is joining us online virtually. Thank you, Judge. We do have a quorum. At this time, we will move on to item number 2, the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, we'll have Marvin Martinez, who served in the Army from 2006 to 2012 and was a sergeant, and he served 3 tours in Iraq. Mr. Martinez, thank you, Sergeant. Appreciate you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. If you'll remain standing for item number 3, the prayer, we have Ms. Marisa Garza, the Urban County Director, will now lead Commissioners Court in prayer. Ms. Garza.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good afternoon, County Judge and County Commissioners. Please bow your heads. Father God, as we come before you today to discuss important matters, we ask for your guidance and wisdom. You are the source of all knowledge and understanding. Therefore, we seek your direction in our decision-making process. Help us to listen attentively to one another with open hearts and minds. We pray that you will give us the discernment to make the best decisions for the greater good. In your mighty name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. You may be seated. We'll move on to item number 4, approval of the consent agenda.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to pull from regular consent agenda items 2C and 7A1 and 2.
Motion to approve the rest.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, with respect to item 2C, I'll ask the court to act on that a little later on the agenda. Consent agenda items 7A, 1, and 2. For the record, Commissioner Fuentes will be abstaining from any discussion and/or action.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Okay.
We have an abstention from Commissioner Fuentes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. And then again, for the record, I will bring up consent agenda item 2C later on the agenda.
Thank you. So are we done with consent?
Yes, for right now, yes.
Item number 5, approval of awards and recognitions. Is this yours, Commissioner Torres? Yes.
Come on, all my family, all my family. They all vote.
Good afternoon, members of the court. Dr. Jennifer Mendoza Culbertson, representing Commissioner Eli Torres, Precinct 4. Reading agenda item 95473. Proclamation in honor of Mrs. Gloria Ann Perez for her dedicated 58 years of service as an educator for the Edinburgh Consolidated Independent School District. Whereas Edinburgh County honors Mrs. Gloria Ann Perez for her distinguished service as an educator in the Edinburgh and Donna school districts. And whereas Mrs. Perez is married to Mr. Baltasar Perez, and together they have 4 beautiful children, Melissa Perez, Marla Perez, Melinda Rodriguez, and Marcos Perez. She is also a proud grandmother to 7 grandchildren, Brianna Carvajal, Zoe Guerrero, Kaylee Brasher, Blake Brasher, Rocco Rodriguez, JC Rodriguez, and Noah Perez. Whereas Mrs. Perez began her teaching career in 1967 with the Donna School District. After 3 years, she moved to Edinburgh High School and later Economides High School, where she has taught for the past 24 years. And whereas throughout her career, Mrs. Perez has taught English, led computer labs, and prepared students for the STAR tests. She also sponsored the freshman, sophomore, and senior classes of Economides High School, as well as the Future Teachers of America, the Spirit Club, and the National Honor Society throughout her years as an educator. And whereas Mrs. Perez's dedication extended beyond the classroom, often working late on Saturdays to support her students. She affectionately known as the Jaguar cheerleader at Economides High School for her motivational spirit at pep rallies. And whereas Mrs. Perez has earned the respect of her colleagues and is known for her guidance and advice. And whereas, with her retirement at the end of the 2023-2024 school year, the Edinburgh School District is losing a cherished asset. Over nearly 6 decades, Mrs. Perez has touched countless lives as an educator. Her departure at the end of the 2023-2024 school year will mark the end of an era, but she will remain forever in the hearts of the students, staff, and the community she has served. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court hereby recognizes Mrs. Gloria Ann Perez for her 58 years of service as an educator and wishes her well on her retirement, as well as great success in all of her future endeavors. Seeking approval from the court.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All I'm going to say is that I live in the best county in the United States of America. You can see how united we all are. We're so blessed. I am so blessed. When I started teaching in 1968, I made $300 a month. And I said, Daddy, I'm rich. Daddy, Whataburgers were 59 cents. And now they're $16. So I have been so blessed to marry a wonderful man, have 4 wonderful children, beautiful, gorgeous grandkids, cousins. All of these people I'm related to. Will you believe it or not? I come from, my dad had 9. He was one of 9 children. Everybody has millions. When we have our Easter party at Ronnie's Ranch, there's 300 Garza Guerra people. We are united. We're together. Everything that I have learned at home, I brought to school. All of it. Being polite, and when you teach seniors, you have no idea. When you teach 18-year-olds, you need to. I have I come from Economides High School, the wonderful administration. If whatever I want to do, sir, can I go outside and put ribbons? Yes. Sir, can you give me $300? Do I sound like your wife? And he just laughs. Okay, give her money, give her a check. I am blessed to be working at Economides High School. It's great. All the kids, guess where they're from? La Blanca, San Carlos, and Hargill. And they are so appreciative of everything that we give them. When a little small thing, thank you, miss. And, we just had open house, and I have to tell you about a man that probably weighed about 275 pounds with a big mustache, and he brought, miss, te traje este, don't say I'm going to say a bad word, pinche, he brought me a white rooster. He brought me a rooster, and it was a fighting rooster, and the police said, ma'am, you cannot accept a rooster, okay? So I just want you to know that I'm working at the best place there positively can be. All my family, I love them, I adore them, all the people that I've met here. We are so blessed to live in Edinburgh, Texas. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Amen.
Hello, my name is Mario Salinas. I'm the superintendent at Edinburgh CISD. While we're back here waiting, Ms. Perez went up to Ms. Culberson and told him, will you tell the commissioners to come out? I got too many people waiting for me here. And so Ms. Culberson told her, you're not the boss here, miss. I've known Ms. Perez a long time. She was my teacher at Edinburgh High School. I worked at HEB throughout my years in high school and college, and I remember her and her husband and her children going to HEB, and I would assist with Ms. Perez. And by the way, that's the shortest speech that I've ever. She normally talks a lot. Ms. Perez has something that I wish all people had. She has a big heart. She loves people. She loves people, and you can see it when she talks. You can see her heart when she speaks, and she is awesome. And she exemplifies what Edinburgh CISD is all about. And I wish that more people were like Ms. Perez, who loves everyone. And we love you too, Ms. Perez. We're going to miss you. The school district is going to miss you. We're going to miss you. Economides is definitely going to miss you. She loved her children that she taught and all children that walk the halls at Economides. What you see with Ms. Perez is what you get all the time. She's like that.
One of my things that I'm really happy with, in my 58 years, I have never sent a high school student to the office. I took care of everything in my classroom. And I was a winner because I'd go, look how she's rude. Hey, you don't talk like that to La Perez. So my environment was wonderful. They all took care of me. I never had to send anyone. So whatever you do in your job, you gotta love it. If you don't love your job, leave it. I wish I could add another 68 years, but yeah.
She was a teacher almost as long as I've been alive.
Sorry.
On behalf of the school district, on behalf of our team, Mr. Perez, Mr. Mata and his team back here,
Yes.
congratulations, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you. I love to hug and kiss. Sorry.
Good afternoon. My name is Ramiro Garza, for the record, with the city of Edinburgh. I'm here as mayor, as the resident. Ms. Mayor, because we are so proud of Mrs. Perez, and we hate to see her go. And I learned of this proclamation that the court was considering to approve, and I want to thank you all for doing so. She, as a superintendent, I don't want to reiterate everything that was mentioned, but I just want to say that she's our biggest cheerleader here in our city. Our biggest cheerleader. She goes everywhere and is promoting Edinburgh and Hidalgo County. She's always so proud of where she's from, but she has taught so many people in our communities, had such a big impact here in our city. So much so that this year we recognize her as a hometown hero here in our city of Edinburgh. Very well deserved. because, you know, some heroes, not all heroes wear capes, right? Some heroes are having an impact every day with kids throughout our community. And she's just one of those special people that has had such a big impact in our city. And I'm so proud to call her a resident and her family. And we want to wish her the very best and congratulate you. Very well deserved. You can go to Vegas, wherever you like to go. I know that's, but you know, just on behalf of myself and the city of Edinburgh, thank you so much for all you've done here in our community. And again, we wish you all the very best.
Okay,
Congratulations.
And this is all my wonderful family. I'm FaceTiming everybody.
I wanted to add a little something. You know, there's been a lot of great leaders at Precinct 4, but one in particular that I know is right now smiling down at you, feeling very proud with a lot of love. Your family has a history of being public servants, and we can't thank you enough for that. Thank you.
My brother, baby Oscar Garza.
Oscar Garza, former
He
commissioner of
was
Precinct 4.
The most wonderful, just great. And of course, Jimmy's, there's my other baby.
But he is a servant. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jaime, you should be in the picture.
Squeeze in, everybody.
Everybody look forward and smile, please. We got everyone's face here. Make sure it's not blurry. One more. Thank you.
Thank you.
We cannot unmute it.
There you go. And ready, 1, 2, 3. And again, ready, 1, 2, 3.
Before open forum. Is this the script? Right, but the script and what to read. This? Yes. Looks like is she gonna go take pictures?
Yeah, it looks like it.
We're gonna go to executive. Okay, we're gonna,
What are those ladies in the back for? Do you know?
please.
We're going to have to move to executive closed session just because we have some items to discuss before we lose certain members of the court. So with that being said, we're going to move on to item 26, and we will be going into closed session pursuant to Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, 551.087. May I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It is now 2:30 and we are going to executive session. Be back shortly. Okay, it's now 4:08 and we'll return to open session. Mr. Valde, you want to?
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Under item 28, open session, 28A, real estate acquisition appropriation per se, there's no specific action to be taken. 28B, pending or potential litigation, no specific action to be taken. 28C, discussion and possible action for Hidalgo County to discontinue tax increment payments, terminate its participation in reinvestment zone, number 1, City of Penitas, Texas, and otherwise terminate its participation in the amended and restated interlocal agreement. Judge Commissioners, there is no action to be taken on that item. No action under 28C. 28D, cause number C2118-24-F, Claudio Ovalle individually and as heir of estate of Rigo Mendez, deceased et al. Versus Jose Avita et al. Judge Commissioners, this is a claim that is being facilitated by Mr. Preston Henriksen. Again, I want to reiterate and by way of the suit that this is through the law office of Preston Henriksen. So I want to, on the record, go back to 27A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code, Section 262.02484, professional service for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation. Can I have a motion?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
27B, engagement with the firm of Preston Henriksen for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation. Authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance House Bill 1295, and that is specific to cause number C2118-24-F, Claudio Ovalle individually and as heir of the estate of Rigo Mendez, deceased et al. Versus Jose Avitia et al. I got a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. 28E, cause number CL-23-1067-E, Nancy Leonela Rosales et al. Versus Hidalgo County. Judge Commissioners, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion in settlement of cause number CL-23-1067-E, Nancy Leonela Rosales et al. Versus Hidalgo County, Texas, in the amount of $75,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
28F, cause number CL-21-2055-G, Fabiana Carlos versus Hidalgo County. We will proceed as discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
28G, cause number C0807-23-C, Jose L. Gomez versus Hidalgo County. We will proceed as discussed in closed session.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
28H, cause number C4630-22-C, Irvin Gonzalez et al. Versus Hidalgo County. There is no action to be taken today. 28I, claim of Enrique Garcia Cardenas. Judge Commissioner, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion in settlement of the claim of Enrique Garcia Cardenas in the amount of $65,000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries.
28J, claim of Luis Ibarra. Judge Commissioner, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $240.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you. And item 28K, claim of Ruben Gonzalez. Judge Commissioner, I'd like settlement authority to make an offer in the amount of $207.79.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. And if I can just real quickly to wrap up consent agenda, and we had consent agenda item 2C. Judge Commissioners, I'd like for the court to entertain a motion in approving consent agenda item 2C.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Is that it? Valde, you're good?
Yes.
Okay, we'll go ahead and move back to item 6, open forum.
We do have one participant under open forum, Ms. Fern McClarty. Ms. McClarty, There is a 3-minute time limit, and I will advise when there is 1 minute. For the record, I'd like to remind the public that they're always welcome to participate in public forum. They need to be familiar with the rules of decorum, which prohibit direct and indirect personal attacks on members of the court or any county individuals. The comments made should also pertain to county business and cannot be threatening in nature. Ms. McClary?
As you know, May 20th was the deadline for submitting property value protests, and we have been inundated with requests to help prepare protests. The public does not understand that the property values on the appraisal district form does not mean that their property has increased in value, but rather that for the purpose of distributing the public debt, this is their part. I say this because if you took your property to a lending institution and request a loan based on its value, it would not happen. It would not happen because that is not the real value of your property. It is simply your part of the public debt, and taxing bodies are using your property as a way of collecting money to pay a debt they have created. That is why each week I come here and ask the County Commissioners Court to stop spending. Do you know that this court has spent so much money that the annual payment on the debt is $33 million? So what are the people getting for the $33 million payment? Well, some of it is on that new courthouse across the street. The courthouse is that brown box-looking building with the high grass. It is difficult to tell if it is being constructed or destroyed, but a lot of money is going into that building, and there is no estimated time for its completion. Today alone, we're going to be spending another $558,000. It is also important to say that every person over the age of 35 will be dead before the final payment is made. That is how much money has been spent because of Judge Ramon Garcia. Interest stated that interest would never be this low. Commissioners, you were all elected to provide better essential services to a population with 40% of its families living on an income that is below poverty. The county 2024 annual budget increased property taxes by 15.36%, or $34.4 million. This increase is followed by increase by the city of McAllen, Farr, Edinburgh, etc. All increased property taxes. Do you believe that the people in Hidalgo can afford this type of help from y'all? This is the statewide recognizes that the increased taxes is a problem for the people that live here. So they have shifted the sales tax money to lower the school taxes. And now we have 3 new members of the Appraisal District Board. I'm just asking, higher property tax, increased poverty will result in a change in our political leadership. And the only question is, when will this happen? And I also want to ask everyone to pray for Israel's success in their war, that the hostages will be released and any and all, dead or alive, will be brought home. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We have no other participants?
Thank you. I'm going to take a moment just to, again, thank those who served our country and paid the ultimate price and loss of life to them and to their families. Yesterday was Memorial Day, just to acknowledge, the service that they've given to us and to our country to allow us to assemble here with the freedoms that we enjoy every day. In addition to that, I'd like to also extend our best wishes to the McAllen Memorial Boys baseball team, to the Weslaco girls softball team, and the Harlingen South girls softball team, who will all be advancing to the state level championship rounds in their competitive UIL sports. Memorial, I think, is like a regional semifinals. But nonetheless, we wish them all the best of luck as they compete at the highest level at the state in these next few days. Item number 7. I'm sorry. We're going to give me a minute. We're going to skip up to 22A. Commissioner Torres, I believe you've got a presentation.
Good afternoon once again. Agenda item 95262, presentation of mid-year report highlighting our community's health workers for UT Houston Tu Salud Si Cuenta program and the impact the program has had on our participants. And presenting, we have Lisa Bennett, Senior Project Manager with UT Health.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Judge, and I appreciate you having us here to congratulate, under the leadership of Dr. Culbertson, Ms. Rodriguez, Maricela Gonzalez, and Erica Parra, who are community health workers with our very successful Tu Salud Si Cuenta program, which is now 7 years here in Hidalgo County, about 15 years in Cameron County. And we're just so grateful for the great work that they're doing, reaching people most in need with health services, messages, and also addressing the environment. I don't know if the slides are up. I don't see them, and that's okay if not. Oh, okay. So you can go ahead and advance. So I just wanted to present, just briefly, I know it's been a long meeting, but to let you know that we serve 10 communities, including Precinct 1 and Precinct 4 in Hidalgo County. You can go ahead and, yeah. These are some of our partners. You can advance. Should we go through this? There's Maricela Gonzalez and then Erica Parra. Next slide. And this program is really uses a evidence-based approach where we try to change the environment. We do individual level screenings and work to improve the health of the community by addressing obesity and related chronic illnesses. And you can see that we, you can go ahead and advance. Sorry. We have some really great outcomes to report from the folks who have participated in the program here in Hidalgo County. 59.4% of participants improved their fruit and vegetable intake, which we know is really important for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. 72.6% of participants actually decreased their blood pressure if they came in with a high blood pressure. 25% changed from hypertension to normal, and 63.8% of participants improved their physical activity. That's huge for a community-based program. Working with people who, many of whom don't have insurance, don't have resources. And so we're really proud of the work that these folks behind me do. And you should be too. And also we're excited about some of the community events like the Challenge RGV that now came to Edinburgh this year for the first time. We enrolled almost 2,000 people across the valley in that great health promoting program. We're working on trail systems like the Cara Cara Trails. And it really takes the support of the county commissions, both Cameron and Hidalgo, to help to move the meter on our health in our community. We know it's important for our economy. We know it's important for our families. And so I wanted to just thank you all for participating another year. We look forward to next year. We will be sending up contracts. We will continue to have funding available to fund this program, and we encourage you to promote it throughout your community. So thank you very much. Any questions?
A comment only that these two ladies do an amazing job, and we can't thank them enough. I know the community is very lucky to have them out there advocating and informing them and educating them. So thank you, ladies, for all that you do.
Estoy de acuerdo. Son las estrellas del programa.
That's right. And Ms. Alicia, thank you so much for your leadership at the San Carlos Community Resource Center. Thank you for your support. Dr. Culbertson, as Judge.
Yes, we've been very blessed to have you as representatives of the county at a bunch of different functions, providing a lot of healthy information that provides a lot more health to our residents and just educating them on how to live a more healthy lifestyle. So thank you guys so much for your work, especially because a lot of this stuff is after hours. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your continued support of the program.
Thank you. Okay, this time we'll go back to item number 7, HIDA Task Force. Imagining Rosie's on the line. Somebody from the DA's office, yeah.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Rosalinda Cantu presenting for the District Attorney's Office, HIDA Division. 7A, fiscal year 2022 HIDA Task Force Fund 1291. We're asking for authorization and approval to accept a second extension for fiscal year 2022. Grant number G22SS0002A, HIDA Task Force Grant from 6/30/2024 through 12/31/2024.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Item 7B, the U.S. Marshal Task Force Officer Fund 1281. We're asking for approval we're asking for authorization to pay overtime reimbursable under the USMS and Hidalgo County District Attorney's Agreement Terms and Conditions. Also asking for approval of certification of revenues as certified by the County Auditor for fiscal year 2024, USMS and Hidalgo County District Attorney's Office Agreement in the amount of $10,000 and appropriation of the same. We're also asking for authorization and approval to pay straight time instead of banking extra duty hours from May 28th, 2024 through September 30th, 2024 to the USMS TFO assigned from Hidalgo County DA's office, employee number 164674.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
We're going to move on to item number 8, Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Captain Stephen Cortez presenting on behalf of Sheriff J.E. Eddie Guerra. Item 8A, Sheriff's Office LESO 2024 MOU. We are seeking approval and authorization for the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office to continue participation in the Texas LESO program. And item 8A2, authorization for County Judge and County Sheriff as authorized officials to sign required documents. Seeking approval.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Captain. Since she's here, what number are you, Head Start? We'll go ahead and move up to item 15. Sirma?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Irma Peña with the Head Start Program. Item 15A, requesting authorization to submit a supplemental funding application for fiscal year 2024 cost of living adjustment in the amount of 2.35%. Requesting approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. Item B, requesting approval to submit for your authorization the 2024-25 program plans for the sections of child nutrition, disability, education, family services, health services, human resources, mental health services, transition and community partnerships, and transportation services. Our program plans include the identification of every single performance standard to include what is the goal, the objective, the task to be performed for each section, the person who is responsible, the person responsible for monitoring, projected date of completion, and also the attachment of documents and forms. Request approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 15C, we're requesting authorization for lump sum summer paychecks for staff who are resigning, particularly those that are retiring from the program, as the last summer leave working day for position assigned. Request approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 15D, approval for program year 2024 program calendars, and they will include for collaborations with Donna ISD, EdCal Chelsea ISD, La Jolla ISD, McAllen ISD, Mission CISD, PSJ ISD, and Mercedes ISD. Pending still are Monte Alto ISD and Edinburgh CISD. We did receive their calendars after the submission, so we are requesting authorization for 7 school districts.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you,
I
Commissioners.
have
Yes,
one,
sir.
I have a question on 15A. Because of what's come up recently, us approving 15A will not negatively affect us, the county.
No, sir. And the cost of living is across the board for all employees, with the exception of one employee, which will receive 0, which is myself. And I think what you're requesting is the change in scope application that was for the health insurance. That still is pending. We still haven't received notification on that.
Okay, but that's my concern.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're still good on that
So
one.
long as Head Start can pay for everything that needs to out of their budget, not our budget.
Yes, sir. And that's still going to be pending the change in scope application that we submitted the last Commissioners Court meeting. So that has already been submitted. We're still going to be pending approval for that.
But approving this will not have any negative
No,
effect on that?
no, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Are any other questions? Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you. We're going to move back to the normal agenda, item 9, Constable Precinct 2. Do you want to read this, Eddie? Mr. Baldwin?
For Constable Precinct 2, he's requesting under his LEOS Fund 1220, its approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $3,359.30 for the 2024 Peace Officer allocation, LEOS funds, awarded and received from the Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts and appropriation of same.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Judge Commission.
Thank you, go ahead.
Thank you. And Judge Commission, on behalf of Constable Gaitan, Precinct 4, discussion, consideration, approval to enter into an interlocal agreement between Hidalgo County acting by and through Constable Precinct Number 4 and Hidalgo County Appraisal District effective June 1st, 2024 to May 31st, 2025 in relation to security services with authority for county judge as authorized official to execute the agreement.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And item 2 is approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor in the amount of $78,216.43 and appropriation of same.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. Item 11, Tax Office. Baldwin?
Judge Commissioners, with respect to Mr. Paul Villarreal, the Texas Assessor Collector, he's requesting approval of the First Amendment to the Full Service Deputy Agreement with Bridgepoint Insurance Agency and Permit Center LLC, which would be C-20-063-09-21.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 12, Human Resources.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Erika Reina for the Department of Human Resources. Item 12A, I'm requesting a waiver of the following if applicable for the personnel items listed. I need action on item number 3, the budget amendment policy, personnel related amendments.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12B is approval to appoint Yunok Lee, student at UTRGV, as an intern under the Hidalgo County Health Department for the period of June 3, 2024 through August 15, 2024.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item
Judge-
12C for the Health
Ms. Erica?
Department from,
Ms.
yes.
Judge Commissioners, for the record, there is a public participation form from Ms. Fern McClarity on item 12C.
Yes, on this one, I was looking up and trying to find out. Again, we're creating 34 positions. I'm assuming we're going to fill them. And our question is, when and if this money runs out, that this, because this is over $1 million. I've tried 2 ways of adding it, and it's $1,125,000, maybe a little more. What happens to these people? Let's just say you bring them all in. What happens when this grant money, this COVID money, whatever you want to call it, goes away?
So these are grant positions. When the grant funding runs out, the positions goes away. The employees that come into these positions sign an acknowledgement form, and before the grant runs out, we remind them that the grant is ending, and therefore their employment would be terminated.
Okay.
Unless, of course, there's another grant or they apply for a different position.
Okay, so the people that are going to be hired sign something.
Yes.
How about the county commissioner's court? Because every time we see where someone has been hired over all these years I've been coming, they just very conveniently are absorbed into the county. I understand they do it. How about we get something from the county, because we keep seeing that the county absorbs them.
Well, when we find talent, we certainly do want to retain them. And if there is opportunity, and there's always between 50 and 90 postings in the county, we definitely do want to retain that talent that has proven themselves valuable to the constituents.
I didn't hear all of it. This speaker on this one, I didn't hear.
On any given day, we have between 50 and 90 vacancies, and so what we want to do is we want to retain the talent that's out there that serves the community by way of our positions that are open here in the county. And so again, these are grant positions, so they sign an acknowledgement that when the funding runs out, that it's subject to their employment. But again, if there's talent out there and we have positions available, then we certainly want to recruit them and keep them working for Hidalgo County for the betterment of the community.
Well, that was our question. I mean, like I say, 34, and we know people right now are calling us about their property values, and each one of these people will be paying for these people that you'll be hiring later on. That was our question.
Thank you, ma'am.
So the positions that I am presenting today in this item, they're all grant positions. They're for the biosafety and public health from the ARPA grant funding. Item 12C1 is approve the following actions as per Exhibit A, effective the next full pay period, June 3rd, 2024. And item 12C2 is approval to revise the classified position list in accordance with the action above. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12C3, from the Public Health Infrastructure Grant, approval of the following actions as per Exhibit B, effective July 1st, 2024. And item 4 is approval to waive the posting, hiring, and enrollment procedures and transfer the employees listed on Exhibit C. Again, both of these items are all grant funded. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 12D for the Information Technology Department, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. These are title changes with no fiscal impact. It is for slot 0003, a System Services Administrator, and slot 0058, an Application Developer 3. Both positions will be retitled to Information Technology Managers in accordance with the reorganization of the Information Technology Department. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12E for the District Attorney's Office, approve the following actions effective July 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024. This is to extend slot T236, a legal assistant 1, grade 6, and slot T001, a clerk 1 at a grade 1. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12F for the county clerk, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to create slot 0098, a CJIS auditor at a grade 11. Commissioners, this is to keep in line with state requirements. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12G for the Safety Division, approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The action is to add a supplemental allowance to slot 0015, a Safety Officer 2, in the amount of $6,000. This is due to additional duties and services that will be provided by the division. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 12H for Precinct 1 from Road and Bridge, approve the following actions effective upon Commissioners Court approval. The actions are to delete slot 0030, Equipment Operator 2, grade 8, slot 0183, Coordinator 3, grade 13, and slot 0136, Maintenance 4, grade 9, and to create slot 0038, Assistant Chief Administrator 2, grade 19, slot 0185, Equipment Operator 3, grade 10, 0186, Truck Driver 3, grade 8, 0187, Maintenance 2, grade 5, and 0188, a Coordinator 2, at a grade 11. I do recommend approval.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Ms. Erica, Judge,
Yes.
Commissioners, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Firma Clarity on the next item, I.
Yes, 12I. We were checking, and I was trying to see in the backup, because I do look up the backup. It shows that this is an allowance amount, and it hasn't been there before. So we were wondering, is this a raise, or is this part of the step and grade?
Okay, so it is neither of those. So it's happening with this one, and that's why we have a time-limited event, is because we have a vacancy in the department that is not going to be filled anytime soon, and so thus, in the meantime, this additional slot that I'm requesting the supplemental for will be covering the duties of that slot to keep the operations running without being negatively affected.
I heard some of that.
Go ahead, Ms. Erica.
Okay, so the item is approve the following action effective upon Commissioners Court approval, effective through November 30th, 2024. The action is to add supplemental allowance for slot 0011 and maintenance 3 in the amount of $6,000.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, Ms. Erica. We're going to move to item 23.
Good afternoon, Dago Soto, Budget Officer for the county. Item 23A, approval of the advanced funding agreement between Hidalgo County and the Texas Department of Transportation Highway Safety Improvement Program off-system project, and approval authorizing the county judge to sign the agreement and all pertinent documentation of said project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 23B, additional 2023 general fund and special revenue fund capital leases across various departments for one, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor to fund capital lease expenses, and two, approval of 2023 appropriation of revenue and expenses to fund capital lease expenses is as requested by the county auditor's department.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
For 23C, before I continue, I do ask that we take no action for 23C2, 23C3, and number 5.
Okay, so Judge Commissioners, for the record, we did have public participation forms for items 23C3, 4, and 5 from Ms. Firma Clarity.
So just 4? Yeah, just 4 then, Badu. No?
I'm sorry?
If we're taking no action?
No, on the no actions, there's nothing,
Okay.
So just 4?
So which one is the one, the?
4, we're gonna take
4?
action.
All right, let's see what 4. This one, it's 23C4. Explain the two prices, what we're looking at, and what this is, if you can. Because I did look through, and there, we're talking, 439,000, and then there was another price, 350,000. Can you explain what it is and how it's so wonderful for the county, and the price amount?
So I believe those two amounts are the original budget and then the new budget for this.
I can explain, Dago.
Okay, all right.
So nonprofits, some of the work that nonprofits do in the county qualify under ARPA. In this case, I met with Estrella's House. They're the ones who provide an opportunity for kids that have been abused to testify one time instead of having to repeat the story over many times. Anyway, they qualify, and so what they're going to do is remodel their building and extend their building. And so they got two prices. The lowest price was $439, but what we were able to allocate from the ARPA money was $350,000. That's the two different amounts. So they'll have to come up with the balance or maybe hold off on some of those improvements.
All right, thank you.
Okay, if we're on that item, I make a motion to approve C4, 23C4,
Second.
A and B.
A and B, okay.
Yes.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. I think you need to go back to C1.
I'm sorry.
Yes, item 23C1, approval of certification of revenues by the county auditor and the amount of $11,787,331.10 from the state and local fiscal recovery funds interest earnings and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
So we'll go down to 23D1.
Mr. Soto, we do have a public participation form from Ms. Firma Clarity on item D1 and D3 when we get there.
Okay, I didn't pick up that page. All right, the 23D1, we're trying to find out, it's another $558,113.99. And the backup didn't show this time what it was, but it just says the new courthouse project. So can you tell us, it says buildings, buildings, buildings. It doesn't show what it is.
Mr. Soto?
Yes, so what we are doing is based on the original CEO that we had for the courthouse. It has a remaining budget, but for what we're doing is for 2023, we did earn $558,000 of interest earnings on those COs. So what we're doing is just adding it back and putting it back to the project as needed. But it's going to be for those line items.
Thank you.
You want to read the item?
Yes. Item 23D1, approval of 2024 appropriation of various capital project funds in the amount of $558,113.99 for upcoming expenditures.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 23D2, approval of appropriation of funds from the Road and Bridge unassigned fund balance into Precinct 1 maintenance in the amount of $500,000 to fund operating expenses.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 23D3, approval of 2024 appropriation of funds from the Road and Bridge Fund balance in the amount of $1,431,680.36 to fund daily operations.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Ms. McClurdy, did that answer the question with respect to the daily operation? It's coming from the Road and Bridge Fund balance, the respective, thank you.
And last, item 23D4, approval of certification of revenues by county auditor in the amount of $95,392.10 in relation to labor reimbursement received from the Drainage Improvement Project reimbursements and appropriation of the same.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. We'll go back to I believe it's Urban County that's up next, or is it quick? Give me a second.
Yes, Urban County.
Urban County, okay. Ms. Garza?
Good afternoon. Marisa Garza, Director of Urban County Program. I am on item 13A, discussion, consideration, and action for approval of a best and final negotiated contract for professional engineering services with R. Gutierrez Engineering Corporation in the amount of $40,610, utilizing CDBG fiscal years 2021 and 2023 Alamo Water Sewer Improvements Funding and approval of work authorization number 1, subject to HB 1295.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Garza. Item 14, Health and Human Services Department.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Eddie Olivares, Hidalgo County Health and Human Services. We have a couple of items today. 14A, requesting approval of certification of revenue by the county auditor in the amount of $10,000 and appropriation of the same. The additional amount is for the program income earned by immunization program to the date above what have been projected.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
motion carries.
All right, the next item, sir, is requesting 14B, is requesting approval to accept for the county judge to e-sign the RLSS LPHS grant contract HHS 0013249000028, amendment number 1. The purpose of this amendment is to revise the state and federal funding amounts to certain contract terms and conditions.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. Item 16, Adult Probation.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners. Faustino Lopez with Adult Probation Department. I'm here in item 16A and B. Item 16A, approval and ratification of budget adjustment for the BJA Grant Award number 15PBJA 21 GG02794 SMTP Hidalgo County Virtual Supervision Caseload to extend the expiration date from 9/30/2024 to 9/30/2025.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Item 16B, requesting approval and ratification of the budget adjustment for the RSET grant number 292-8009 as approved by the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Item 17, Texas AgriLife Extension Services.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Dr. Andrea Valdez, Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. I am presenting item 17A, AI 95277. We are requesting approval to appoint new county extension agent for 4-H and youth development.
So moved.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Just to clarify, it looks like her video froze, but we are appointing Brianna Gutierrez, and her commencement will be July 3rd, 2024.
Correct.
Yes, correct. And I would like to introduce our District Extension Administrator, Dr. Ruben Saldana. He is available to introduce Brianna.
Good afternoon. I won't take any more time up. It doesn't look like my video is working, but this is a good time as any to test that out. I appreciate y'all's support, and these positions require court approval, so I appreciate y'all's support of this appointment. For for every county dollar in our partnership, we're able to leverage anywhere from $4 to $6 in state and federal funds along with grants, and so we really appreciate your support of our program and our staff and our faculty there in Hidalgo County. Brianna's a May 2023 graduate of Texas A&M with a degree in animal science. She's homegrown there in Hidalgo County, prior 4-H and FFA member there in the county, and had a little bit of work in the area of genetics with whitetail and livestock, different types of cattle. And we're glad to have her back home and look forward to her serving the county, our agency, and most importantly, the people of Hidalgo County as she starts her job June 3rd.
That's fantastic. I'm sure that our youth will benefit from her experience, her degree, earning her degree at A&M. So welcome, Ms. Gutierrez, and thank you, Mr. Saldana and Andrea, Dr. Valdez, for all the work that you do through the Texas AgriLife Extension Service and that partnership that we have with the county. And your entity is, one that provides a lot of community support. So thank you guys very much for all you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
I'm excited.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Clarissa Ramirez, 18 WIC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Clarissa Ramirez with the Hidalgo County WIC Program, presenting on item 18A, requesting ratification for approval to submit the fiscal year 2024 WIC Local Agency Contractor Information Form for the Hidalgo County WIC Program.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 19, Precinct 1, 19A, requesting approval to accept the counteroffers to purchase tracts of land known as parcels number 64, 24, and 69 associated with the Mile 6 West Road Improvement Project, with the authority for the county judge to sign the administration, evaluation, and approval form.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 20, Commissioner Cantu.
Yes, A1, requesting approval to submit application for Home to Texas. Is this good, Walter? Did we get all the information before I read it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. UT Austin Summer Internship Program with a finding by the Commissioners Court that the program serves a public purpose by supporting UT students returning back to the county and the region in order to promote local employers, local employment, and the local economy. And 2, requesting approval to include a community support contribution in the amount of $10,000 for 2 interns with a Home to Texas UT Austin Summer Internship application for the Home to Texas Scholarship Fund. And 3, requesting approval to appoint Regina Mendiola and Kenya A. Rodriguez, students at the University of Texas at Austin, as interns with the Hidalgo County Precinct 2 for the period of May 28, 2024 through July 26, 2024. I make a motion to approve 20A, 1, 2, and 3.
Motion made?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. So we got A&M and UT covered. We're good, right? Nobody else? Congratulations. That'll be coming soon. Item 21, Precinct 3. Do you want to cover that, Lolo?
Yes, Judge Commissioners, for Commissioner Villarreal, acceptance and approval of interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the City of Sullivan, the City of Sullivan City, Texas, for road construction and improvement project to a portion of El Pinto Road from Bluebird Street to Tablero Road, extending approximately 3,276.78 total linear feet. First action item.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
Second action item, in accordance with section 791.014 of the Texas Government Code, requesting approval of a road construction and improvement project to a portion of El Pinto Road from Bluebird Street to Tablero Road, extending approximately 3,276.78 total linear feet.
Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
And item 21B, requesting approval to name a private road located north of Dauphin Road and runs 370 linear feet west and 25 linear feet wide as Del Bosque Senior.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
And
Thank you.
Judge, Commissioners, for the record, I know that the action's been taken, but Ms. Fern McClarty had, did have a public participation forum, but that was covered. I spoke to her.
Okay, very good. We'll move to item 24, Mr. Amezcua, purchasing.
Good afternoon, Judge, Commissioners, Mr. Guerra, Mr. Garza. For the record, Ignacio Mezcua from the Purchasing Department, agenda item 24A. 1, requesting a cessation from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Montgomery Code 262-024A4, a personal or professional services.
Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of February through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for geotechnical and construction material testing services for the Purchasing Department and Fire Marshal Office renovation and inspection. Do you wish to rank in order of their score?
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries.
3, requesting authority for the Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement commencing with the number 1 round firm of Terracon Consultants for the geotechnical and construction material testing services for the Purchasing Department and Fire Marshal Office renovation and expansion located in prison number 4. I recommend to approve.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24B, 1, requesting a cessation from competitive bidding requirements in the Texas Local Montgomery Code 262.024A for a personal or professional services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2, presentation of a scoring grade for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of Inquiry through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for architectural services for the Purchasing Department and the Fire Marshal Office renovation and expansion. Do you wish to rank in order of the score?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
3, requesting authority for the Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement commencing with the number 1 rank firm of ERO Architects for the architectural services for the Purchasing Department and the Fire Marshal Office renovation and expansion located in prison number 4. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24C for emergency management. 1, requesting approval of the final negotiated AIA document, a standard formal agreement between the Hidalgo County and Midnet Architectural Services in connection with the architectural services for the Hidalgo County Remote Operations and its project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24D for precinct 1A, requesting a cessation from competitive bidding requirements on the Texas Local Montgomery Code 262.024A for a personal or professional services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B, presentation of scoring grade for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners Court of Inquiry through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for the Hidalgo County Precinct 1 Wellness, Activity, and Community Center. Do you wish to rank in the order of score?
Motion to approve?
Hold on, I'm sorry. So I think this was part of the ARPA
Yes.
projects that were,
Part of, yes.
that
the
we
ARPA.
took no action on?
So, Mr. Amezcua, with respect to any agenda item under purchasing that is ARPA related, we'll take a no action today.
So do we need to go back?
Okay, so 24D for precinct 1, agenda item 95-423, no action.
Correct.
Yes, which is an ARPA related project, yes.
Well, that was one of the ones that was gonna be, that was no action.
That was no action.
So we can't take action on this. There was no project.
Correct.
So that's a no action on number one.
Okay. May I proceed?
Yes.
2, requesting acceptance and approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council for contracting services.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
3A, acceptance and approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo and Cameron County Irrigation District Number 9 for water pipe repairs needed.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B, in accordance with Texas Government Code 791.014, Hidalgo County, Texas, acting by and through the Hidalgo County Commissioners Court, have been advised for a proposed project regarding Precinct 1 Hike and Bike Trail, wherein the Hidalgo and Cameron County Irrigation District Number 9 and the County of Hidalgo agreed to cooperate in the repair of the water pipes. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
4A, requesting approval of work authorization number 6 with an estimated cost of $940,476.59 as submitted by LNG through Precinct Number 1 Professional Engineering Service Agreement to provide additional engineering services for the Mile 6 project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Be pursuant to Article 14 of the Professional Service Agreement with LNG Engineering, requesting authority to engage subcontractors Garza and Associate, HLH Appraisal Services, and Exit Group. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
5, requesting approval to work contractor Richard Corrs, the qualified sole responsibility for release of land for citizen collection site, Dona area. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
6, requesting approval to award contract to Perales Speed, the qualified lowest responsibility for flexible base material. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24E for Precinct 2, 1,
Mr.
requesting
Amezcua.
acceptance.
Judge Commissioners, for the record, there is a public participation form on on this next item for Ms. Fern McClarity, but she is not in the audience. But as a matter of record, Ms. Fern McClarity. Ms. Fern McClarity. Thank you. Mr. Amezcua, please continue.
Yes, 24E for Precinct 2, 1, requesting acceptance and approval of professional engineering services final negotiated agreement with B2C Engineering for the Hidalgo County McAllen Health Center improvement projects as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on April 30, 2024, agenda item 95153.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Mr.
Two,
Amezcua.
requesting,
Mr. Amezcua, my apologies. Judge Commissioners, for the record, Commissioner Vidal will not be engaging in discussion and/or action and will be abstaining from this agenda item.
2, requesting acceptance and approval of supplemental agreement number 3 for the service under work authorization number 1 as submitted by project engineer DJ Engineering to include coordination with the Hidalgo County Irrigation District number 2 for the installation of utility infrastructure needed for the project, resulting in an estimated cost increasing the amount of $4,810 for the Precinct 2 Lopezville Park Improvement Project. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
3, requesting acceptance and approval of work authorization number 4 with an estimated cost of $350,075 as submitted by project engineer LNG Consulting Engineers to provide construction bid assistance and engineering construction oversight for the Precinct 2 Nolana Loop project. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
24F for Precinct 3, 1, requesting approval to award the contractor to Hidalgo County's membership with TIPS and to award construction contract for the Hidalgo County Precinct 3 Park Improvement Project Veterans Memorial Pavilion to the qualified responsible bidder A Builders for a total amount of $1,260,337.79 with authority to issue notice to proceed upon the receipt of the required payment and performance bonds. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2, requesting approval to purchase 1 utility cab tractor and grapple attachment to Hidalgo County membership with Bible Purchasing Co. from Kubota Tractor Corporation in total amount of $57,854.35. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, motion carries. Commissioner, are you taking action on this? G?
That would be no. No action.
Is that one of the ones that we no action
Correct.
today? Okay, so we're no action on item G. And that would be, what about number 2?
Yes, that one, yes.
That one, yes?
Yes.
Okay, 24G for precinct 4, item number 2, requesting approval of the certificate of substantial completion for the Hidalgo County Precinct number 4, All-Star Park, as recommended by the project architect, the Warren Group Architects. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24H for constables. 1, Constable Precinct number 1A, pursuant to Texas Local Number Code 263.152.4B, discussing approval to declare as surplus law enforcement vehicle as listed on Exhibit A, contained herein, including authority to remove said property from the Hidalgo County Constable Precinct number 1 inventory list.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B, in accordance with the Texas Government Code 791.001 to 791.00323A, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between Hidalgo County Constable Precinct number 1 and the City of Hidalgo Police Department, Law Enforcement Academy for the mutual benefit and assistance in connection with surplus law enforcement vehicles, with authority for Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 1 and County Judge to sign all required documentation. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion
Aye.
carries.
2, for Constable Precinct number 4, A, pursuant to Texas Local Number Code 263.152.4B, discussion and approval to declare as surplus law enforcement vehicles as listed on Exhibit A, contained herein, including authority to remove said property from the Hidalgo County Constable Precinct 4 inventory list.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. B, in accordance with Texas Government Code 791.001 to 791.00323A, requesting approval of an interlocal cooperation agreement between Hidalgo County Constable Precinct number 4 and the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development Council Regional Police Academy for the mutual benefit and assistance in connection with surplus law enforcement vehicles, with authority for Hidalgo County Constable Precinct number 4 and County Judge to sign all required documentation. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24I for Health and Human Service Department.
Mr. Amezcua, for the record, we do have a public participation form for Ms. Fern McClarity. Ms. Fern McClarity? Ms. Fern McClarity. Go ahead and proceed, Mr. Amezcua, she is not in the audience.
Thank you, sir. 24I for Health and Human Service Department. 1A, requesting acceptance and approval of professional engineering services final negotiator agreement with Chanib Engineering for the Hidalgo County Health Department, ARPA 22340-0455, professional engineering services, Hidalgo County COVID-19 vaccination effort, and ARPA 22-340-052, professional engineering services, Hidalgo County 19 testing efforts. And for the record, also ARPA project 24-340-351, professional engineering service for Hidalgo County, Edinburgh Pulmonary Health Center Improvement Project as ranked and approved by Commissioner's Court on May 14, 2024, agenda item 9526A and agenda item 95338.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B, requesting approval of work authorization number 1 with an estimated cost of $39,000 as submitted by Chanine Engineering to Hidalgo County Professional Engineering Service Agreement to provide professional engineering services for the ARPA 22-340-055 professional engineering services Hidalgo County 19 vaccination efforts and ARPA 22-340-052 professional engineering services for Hidalgo County 19 testing efforts. And for the record, also the ARPA project 24-340-351 professional engineering service for Hidalgo County Edinburgh Pulmonary Health Center Improvement Project. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2, requesting approval of the memorandum of agreement between the Hidalgo County and Coastal Bend Regional Advisory Council to align the responsibilities of each party in the area of healthcare preparedness capabilities.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24J for the WIC program. 1, requesting approval of program letter of agreement between Hidalgo County WIC program and South Texas Health System GME Consortium for a family medicine residency program at the Lactation Care Center RGB with authority for the site director of the county judge to sign all required documentation. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24K for facilities management. 1, requesting approval to purchase portable radio equipment through Hidalgo County membership with Houston Galveston Area Council Cooperative Purchasing Program from Motorola Solutions in the total amount of $139,961.84. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
2, requesting approval to enter into a 5-year subscription agreement for cloud service via Asset Essentials through Hidalgo County membership with Onia Partners from Briley Saltburg in total amount of $347,969.80. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
24L for Chair's Office. 1A, requesting approval to award contract to Purpose Driving Polygraph Investigative Consultants, the qualified sole responsibility for polygraph examiner. Recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
B, pursuant to Article 4.14 of the legal notice, requesting authority to waive minor technicalities for submission requirements to the request for bids received. I recommend to approve.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
That's all I have. Thank you, and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Mesqua. Item 25, Executive Office.
Judge Commissioners, item 25A, 1 through 4, there's no action to be taken this week or discussion. 25B, discussion, consideration, and action on appointment of Hidalgo County Representative and alternate to the Rio Grande Valley MPO Technical Advisory Committee. Commissioner Torres? Ms. Belinda?
Ms. Belinda Reyes?
Oh, yes, Ms. Belinda Reyes.
As the TAC representative, do we want to name an alternate?
Alternate.
Mr. Alcaute would probably be, I don't know if you're okay with that, Mr. Jorge? No?
Then,
You
yeah,
get paid
this is not
extra.
ready.
You get a $5 gift certificate every quarter.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll have our chiefs as alternates, and whoever can make it on any particular meeting where Ms. Reyes can't make it, we'll just allow that any of our chiefs of staff
Okay.
can fill in.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And
Is there a motion?
Motion made?
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you. We've already gone to close an open session. We've come out of open session, taking the action items. There is, for the record, no action on item 29, no action on item 30. Before we adjourn, our next Commissioners Court session will be June 11th. That will be a morning meeting, 9:30, Drainage District, 10 a.m., Commissioners Court.
Just need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It is 5:10 and this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.